Hello, gentlemen. Put this powder on your tongue before intimacy and watch your blood flow come back so powerfully that you may actually need to slow yourself down. Listen closely because this is one of the simplest, fastest, science-backed approaches older men can use to support firmness, stamina, and confidence without pills, without prescriptions, and without waiting weeks to notice a difference. I'm talking about something that may begin working relatively quickly, and when your circulation responds efficiently, your entire performance can change with it. Hi, I'm Dr. Alethea, a urologist and men's health specialist. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how a natural amino acid, when used appropriately, may help older men support healthy blood flow, not only to the heart and muscles, but specifically where it matters most during intimate moments. And no, this isn't about testosterone boosters. It's not about risky medications or magic powders from the internet. This is about understanding a real biological mechanism that affects erections, stamina, and your ability to stay strong during intimate moments. Nitric oxide, circulation, vascular relaxation, and the enzyme pathways that naturally change with age. Because here's the truth many men never hear. Your performance may not have declined because you lost desire. In many cases, it may have declined because your blood vessels aren't responding the way they used to. The powder I'm about to reveal may help support that pathway, helping circulation respond more efficiently and naturally. But before I show you what it is, you need to understand why this single pathway plays such an important role in maintaining confidence and why many men over 50 unknowingly work against it every single day. Stay with me, because the most important part of this entire video is waiting for you near the end, where I'll explain how this method may be used responsibly and safely. Let's start with what actually happens inside your body as you age. As men get older, something very real begins happening inside the body, and it has nothing to do with motivation, desire, or masculinity. It's physiology. Your intimate performance depends heavily on blood flow. Every erection, every moment of firmness, and every second of stamina relies on how quickly and effectively your blood vessels can relax and allow blood to enter the tissues. But beginning around your mid-40s, several important systems can begin changing at the same time. First, cardiovascular efficiency can gradually decrease. Blood vessels may become less flexible, and arteries may not expand as easily as they once did. The heart may still be strong, but the vessels delivering blood may not always respond as efficiently. Second, hormonal signaling begins to change. This isn't only about testosterone. Hormones communicate with nerves, muscles, and blood vessels to coordinate the body's response during arousal. Over time, these signals can become weaker or slower. And third, and this is one of the most important factors, your body's nitric oxide system can become less efficient. Nitric oxide is an important chemical signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen so they can allow more blood to flow. When you were younger, your body may have produced nitric oxide more efficiently. That's one reason arousal could quickly lead to a strong physical response. But as you age, the enzymes involved in nitric oxide production can become less efficient. The lining of your blood vessels may also become less responsive, while oxidative stress can interfere with this entire process. What happens then? You may still feel desire, you may feel mentally ready, but your body may not respond with the same firmness, speed, or staying power. This isn't necessarily in your head, it's physiology. The encouraging news is that nitric oxide production can be supported when the body receives the right building blocks. And that's where the natural amino acid we're about to discuss becomes particularly interesting. The compound many researchers have studied is L-citrulline. L-citrulline is a naturally occurring amino acid that your body can convert into another amino acid called L-arginine. And L-arginine is used by the body as a substrate for producing nitric oxide. You might ask, why not just take L-arginine directly? The reason is that much of the L-arginine you consume can be broken down during digestion before it reaches the bloodstream. This process is known as first-pass metabolism. L-citrulline works differently. Your body absorbs it and can convert it into L-arginine, helping increase the amount of L-arginine available in the bloodstream. That may support nitric oxide production and healthy vascular function. Some studies have suggested that L-citrulline supplementation may support erection hardness in men experiencing mild erectile difficulties, but how you take it can also matter. Some people choose to place L-citrulline powder under the tongue, allowing it to dissolve slowly. This is sometimes described as sublingual administration. The theory is that certain compounds may enter the bloodstream through the tissues under the tongue. However, evidence for sublingual L-citrulline specifically is more limited than the evidence for oral supplementation. Research on L-citrulline has commonly involved daily supplementation rather than relying on a single dose immediately before intimacy. Clinical studies have used different doses, so there isn't one universal amount that is right for every person. That's why it's important not to assume that more is better. And there's another point you absolutely need to remember. Everyone's body is different, and there are situations where this type of supplement should be used cautiously. If you take medications for blood pressure, nitrates for heart conditions, or other cardiovascular medications, you should speak with your doctor before using L-citrulline. Anything that affects blood vessel function may potentially influence blood pressure or interact with your existing treatment. Also, L-citrulline is not a replacement for medical treatment. If someone has significant or persistent erectile dysfunction, diabetes, nerve damage, cardiovascular disease, or other underlying health conditions, a medical evaluation is important. Erectile difficulties can sometimes be an early warning sign of cardiovascular or metabolic problems, but when used responsibly and combined with healthy lifestyle habits such as better sleep, regular exercise, good hydration, a balanced diet, and reduced alcohol intake, L-citrulline may support healthy circulation. Some men also report improvements in exercise performance, energy, and overall circulation, although individual results can vary. And remember, nitric oxide doesn't just affect intimacy. It plays an important role in blood vessel function throughout the body, including the heart, muscles, and brain. So the real takeaway is simple. Your body may still have the ability to respond strongly. It may simply need the right support and healthy habits to help those natural pathways function properly. If you've heard about L-citrulline before or you're considering learning more about it, let me know in the comments. Type 1 if you've tried it or are planning to try it. Type 0 if this information is completely new to you. And if you have questions about blood flow, men's health, or circulation, leave them below. I read as many comments as possible. Before you go, make sure you subscribe, tap the notification bell, and share this video with someone who may benefit from learning more about this topic. I'm Dr. Alethea, and remember, healthy circulation plays an important role in maintaining strength, confidence, and vitality as we age. Sometimes the body needs the right support and healthy habits to help its natural pathways work at their best.